All right, we got Tank Davis sparring session. Let's look and analyze some of the things that Tank does well. See if we can find some flaws. Okay, so what Tank is doing, he put that lead hand out, using it as a pretty much a guard. Why would you put your lead hand out like that? Because you're measuring, you're trying to get your data. It's pretty much like a shield, and it's giving him contact with the opponent while he's measuring and calculating that data, while he's processing that data. We all know how Tank likes to start. One thing I mentioned in one of my other videos is that whether Tank has his guard up or has his guard down, he's extremely fast regardless. That's something that a lot of boxers, they're not fast once they put their high guard up. They're not fast. They're stiff when they have the high guard up. Tank is fast regardless with his hands up or down, just like Floyd Mayweather. Tank is a smaller fighter, so it's going to take him a little bit longer to get his range. You have guys who have power like Tank who are a little bit more reckless. Tank has power, but he's very patient, very precise. He's not just going to go out there throwing bombs. You got a guy like a Pitbull Cruz who would just put that shell up and just start walking straight to this dude. Tank is a smaller fighter. He's probably going to start with a straight left. That's a punch that he likes to do when he's up against those taller guys. Because that straight left is easy. It's the easiest punch to land when you have to climb a tree per se. So yeah, not much has happened. The guy is tapping Tank's guard. That's the benefit of having those hands up. Those gloves, they act as a shield, a first line of defense. Tank is waiting to counter. I told you he was going to be the straight left. I told you. That straight left is a really good shot, especially southpaw versus orthodox, and someone that's taller than you. A hook is wider. Floyd is giving him tips. A hook is a wider shot. It'll take longer to reach a taller opponent. They're going to see it coming. Since they're tall, they could just weave it. But that straight shot, you could hit him. It's a lot easier to hit him. He came in with the left again. That time the guy caught it on his forearm. Now Tank is trying to work that jab. Tank cutting the ring off, moving to the side steps. Putting up that pawing with the lead hand. Tank is very light on his feet, very subtle in his movements. The guy that he's sparring with has to be more active. Great left hand by Tank. But a lot of people when they're in front of Tank Davis, they're worried about the counter punch because he's going to counter you and he's going to counter you extremely hard. But the guy that he's sparring should be a lot more active with his jab because he has a reach advantage. Right there, he overreached. If Tank was on his shit, he could have countered that guy really hard. That dude overreached. So that was round one. Not much fun, to be honest. We saw Tank doing him, waiting, being patient. So he spars how he fights. He doesn't come out and trying to do wild things in the first round. He calculates the data, processes the data. Now he's getting coached up by Floyd Mayweather and probably Calvin. Most likely they're just telling him to be more active. I could see that. Because he didn't really do too much in that first round. He's up against somebody that doesn't have his guard up. The guy that he's up against right there, he's fighting with that low lead hand. Tank could just put his guard up and step straight to him, and stay low and press him with his hands up. Go straight at him, hit him with some body shots because the guy that he's sparring, he appears to be too timid. He appears to be scared. Who the hell is that, James Harden? No, I'm just playing. Now Tank is taking small steps back. He's probably going to try to do the counter uppercut. Okay, counter jab. Pull counter jab, straight left. Guy that he's sparring has to feint and he has to double and triple up on his jab. But Tank has a speed advantage. That's why this dude is so hesitant. Plus, this dude doesn't have, it doesn't seem as though he has a really deep bag. But it was only one round we watched, so let me give him the benefit of the doubt. He's doing a lot of feigning. He's moving his head, that's good. But he needs to work that jab, man. You're up against a smaller fighter. I'm going to have to do a breakdown on the sparring session between Tank and Kevin Johnson, whatever his name is. Because that dude was letting his hands go. This guy is worried, you can tell. Tank never really overshoots his shot. Like the guy that he's sparring, he overshot his right hand earlier, but Tank doesn't overshoot his shots. The last time I seen him overshoot a shot was in the Frank Martin fight, and that was when he came off a long layoff, getting out of jail and shit. But Tank understands, because he's a smaller fighter, he understands exactly where he's supposed to be. Right there, he caught the shot on his elbow, good defense. Then he's zoomed in with a laser left hand to the body. The time he led with the hook before doing the left hand, switching up the combinations. I think he's just working on accuracy in this sparring session. That's what I like. He used the left hand to get inside, stayed inside, waited. That was patient. Then he threw the left hook upstairs. And Tank, when he throws that left, he knows how to shift his weight to come back with another shot. That time he bent his head down, that can be dangerous if he's up in there with somebody that know what they're doing. That time he leaped in with the left. That 1-2 combination, he did the same thing against Ryan, where he jabs up top to get closer because he's shorter. So he jabs up top as a distraction to get closer, and he comes in with the left. That body shot hurt that dude, man. That dude's legs crumpled up for a second on him. He's hurt right now. That was a hell of a body, hell of a straight left by Tank. That's why the dude is just moving around. He's not even trying to punch. He's hurt. He's trying to wait for the pain to go away. Right now, he could have been hitting Tank. See? That's what people do when he's in retreat mode. Okay, he came back with a straight right. When he turned his head in on the ropes, Tank really could have opened up on him, but his sparring, reflex defenses. Reflex defenses aren't always the best. But Tank has great reflexes. He knows how to fling his body around to dodge those punches. I actually fought somebody that moved like that, and he was short and stocky just like Tank. But Tank has an amazing ability to contort his body at a moment's notice. I mean, it's probably not that amazing because he's a smaller guy. It's easier the shorter you are to contort your body in certain ways. See that? Just having your hands up is a line of defense because somebody has to punch around those gloves in order to get to you. That's something that, Haney could work on. Shakur understands that. But Tank he's really, really good with the high guard because he's short and stout. It's about 2 rounds, man. 2 rounds of action. Tank spared this guy. When the guy was on the ropes, Tank spared him. The guy turned his head. Tank really didn't open up on him how I've seen him open up on other sparring partners. So he's just working on accuracy. He's working on whatever Floyd and Calvin are telling him to work on. But he's not really trying to hurt this guy. He also landed that crumpling, body shot. Bowel-shattering body shot. And you saw how the guy reacted. Dude didn't throw a punch for another 30 seconds. He just backed up. He was hurt off of the straight left. It probably hit him in the liver or the solar plexus. All right, we got another round. Tank is very patient, very precise. He really is a scientist in the ring, but with all of his understanding of distance and stuff like that, he also is a natural talent. So sometimes he goes off and, he does that fancy stuff and he breaks the code, but he can do that because his natural talent and athleticism. Also, the fact that he's been boxing since he was 7, so his body rhythms and muscle memory is really, really high and up there. You saw the way he weaved that shot on the ropes. He weaved 2 shots on the ropes like it was nothing. With his hands down, I might add. So now we got a lot of waiting. That's a gift that Tank has, patience, but that can be used against him in a fight. Great left hand to the chest. You saw he uses this jab where he catapults his body upward. That jab is just to get closer to land the left. That's not really, he doesn't really care if he lands a jab or not. He just jumps in with a jab, already having that left cocked, and then if he's closer because he's a shorter fighter, he has to do tricks like that to get on the inside. Pernell Whitaker used to jump in with that jab like that. Hagler would jump in with his jab. Tank pawing with that lead hand. Measuring. You know, the guy that Tank is fighting should be punching, but he doesn't want to get countered. But he should be punching in combinations and moving his head. See that? Because Tank is measuring. He's measuring for the big shot. You don't want to allow him all this time to sit there and think and measure and get the perfect shot. So you want to keep him busy with what? Your hands. You want to force him. Force him. That's that punch resistance. I mean, not the punch resistance. That's that toughness. Tank tweaked his leg a little bit and just walked right past it. Now he's pouring those left hands on this dude, man. Popping his headgear back and shit. Great defense right in front of the man by Tank Davis. Catching shots with his elbows, with his gloves. Whoo! Very dangerous shot, man. Lead left hook. Good defense by the sparring partner. But see, he's throwing punches and taking his eyes completely off the opponent. Very dangerous. That's also a sign of fatigue when you're throwing a punch and don't have balance after you throw the punch. Why is he fatigued? He's fatigued because Tank has hit him a myriad of times in that damn stomach with the left hand. Another one. This dude has no answer for the left hand. He tried to come back with one right uppercut to the chest, and I don't think it had any effect. Now he's clinching. He's clinching because he's tired and he's hurt. Another straight left. This is how Tank broke down Mario Barrios. Tank's left hand is extremely precise and accurate. It reminds me of Floyd Mayweather's right hand. Oh my goodness. Lands the left, pulls back, makes the opponent miss. Now that he's got him worn down, if he wanted to, he could truly open up on him. Let's see what he does. Whew. That uppercut, man. This dude is tough whoever he's sparring. There we see that 1-2 combination again. That high-low change of position. See, now Tank is opening up a little bit. He knows he has the guy hurt. Just like in the fights. It took about 3 rounds. This dude is pretty much a sitting duck. Tank is pulling back, working on defense now. Because he could have just kept coming forward. But he already knows that he's a predator. He's working on other skills. This is a great sparring session, man. It just shows the IQ of Tank Davis, his ability to work, his ability to learn, and his ability to stay calm, cool, and collected, and execute whatever the training plan is. Y'all let me know what y'all think.